Welcome to Save Par Golf Podcast episode where two average golfers talk about golf
What
and
the hell
things.
is going
I'm
on?
your host, Eric. This is Dom. We are currently on episode 128. We have a very special guest today. We have Shawn with Decks to Divots. He's an artist that makes handcrafted products made from recycled skateboards. If you're not following him on Instagram, make sure to hit that follow. His handle is at Decks, that's DECKS underscore the number two underscore divots. Shawn, thank you so much for taking the time and joining us on the podcast.
No, I'm so happy. I can't wait to knock in some
We
answers.
appreciate you. We really want to say this is we're talking about like it's like two sports kind of going into one, right? We got golf, we have skateboarding, and you're kind of doing something really unique and really cool. Can you just tell us a little bit about when Dexa Divots started, when you launched this?
Dexter Divots started probably, I think it was in 2020. One of my boys, James, I showed him a couple of divot tools that I'd actually made for my league. And he's like, dude, you made those out of skateboards? I was like, yeah. And he's like, you could sell those. So he's like, just start a page. So I started the page and then literally just started showing off what the actual skateboard, because I actually use real skateboard and then shape it into a divot tool. But I also leave the board art from each deck. So you get a piece of recycled history, as we say.
So, like, can you walk us through the process of creating one of your divot tools, like from selecting a skateboard to like the finished product?
Yeah. I usually just I cut the tails off, and then I have a little design. Like this is the original one that I did. This is what I made all my boys, but this one didn't have a colored inlay. So I contacted a couple friends who actually skated still, got some of their boards, took the grip tape off, sanded down the top, left the board art. I didn't care what it had on it. And just made sure it had a little veneer color in the center. So when I sanded it down, you actually got, the 7 layers of skateboards, and you had that middle layer as, you know, an accent piece plus whichever color was on top, and then you have your board art. So after a while of making them, some guys asked me to do hand stamping. So we did that, and then I contacted a lady close to me in Allentown, and she used to do my lasering for like logos for companies, or if anybody else had a logo they wanted to put on there. So yeah, it's been fun.
How many pieces or like products like okay for divot tools for example, how many can you get out of one board?
One board, I think I have it at almost 120.
Oh wow.
So, I mean, you gotta
Uh,
think, right? Like skateboards come in different sizes, right? Like when I skated, I was doing, I think my boards were 8 by 32, maybe eight and a
uh-huh.
quarter. It's
Eight and a
what?
quarter. You get some I have. I think I have some 7.5, seven and a
Hmm.
quarter, all the way up to nine and a quarter. And then, yeah, I just cut off the tails because it makes it easier to store.
Sure.
Tails I usually glue up and make um, putters, or you know anything that can't be flattened as per se. I like the curve on it with the tails. But yeah, and after I cut them to about I think it's like 3/4 of an inch thick into strips, and then I go ahead and mark them all off.
You're like using recycled skateboard and then you're also like getting like the most out of everything, so there's really probably not a whole lot of waste, which is also really cool and
Uh,
unique.
the only waste is about 1/4 of an inch on both with the rails.
Okay.
Um, though I've had some guys actually want the rails on other products, um, some like single prongs. Yeah, I'll even take broken boards, glue them together, and then pour epoxy on it for a
Oh,
single
that's
prong.
cool.
That's really cool.
Uh, I'll add like this one's a carbon fiber. I have stainless steel, brass, and copper for the single prongs.
I wish I had kept my broken ones. 'Cause I remember I was telling you,
You
I was looking, the ones I still have are like not broken, like they're still complete and they have like some sentimental value to me for some
Oh
reason.
yeah,
I'm still like a little attached to them.
Yeah, a little nostalgia.
One of them I broke my ankle on.
So you got to keep that one. It's
Gotta,
kind of
got to
yeah,
keep that one.
the nice
yeah,
Yeah,
conversation.
yeah.
if you see, there's a couple boards up here that I've actually just hung on the wall. There's a hockey themed one. I used to play hockey, so and then a couple of them from my local skate shop who actually supplies me Nomads. Shout out Chris, who supplies me with boards
Yeah,
and
so the
Bear.
one that I still have that I can vividly see, um, back in the day, and I feel weird saying that because I'm not that old. Death Wish did like a Rat Rod themed series. So, like I have the
Yep.
Eric Ellington Rat Rod one, and me loving cars and skateboarding, and I'm like, I gotta like that's the one I need, and I still have it. It's all I mean, I skated it, so it's all, it's all rubbed off, but you can still see the like the rat fink type deal and then the hot rod. I'm like, it's just so cool.
Yeah, I got
What?
a couple boards from with Santa Cruz
Hmm.
uh that I've made, and I've actually cut out or inlaid the Santa Cruz into, like the
With like
inlay
the
on the
screaming
ball
hand.
marker. Yeah. Actually, no. The only thing that I got from Santa Cruz was the name Santa Cruz, and then they had like a jackpot,
Okay.
a slot machine. So I got a couple bars out of that, a lemon, a diamond, and something else on there. Oh, cherries.
Oh,
So
Yeah.
that's really cool.
No, skateboards are to me, they're like art, right? Like they're all
Mhm.
different. They all have different series. There's actually a guy on Instagram that has his own art on skateboards, and I'm like, I need to order one of those at some point. He's out of
there's
Canada.
My tattoo artist
there,
has one that he does like like the really cool. I have
I
to take a
really want
picture and
one.
send it to
Yeah.
you. They're so dope.
most of the artists that do the skateboards are tattoos or artists,
Yeah.
and they've skated. Some of their artwork is just amazing. I probably have close to like 50 boards that I know I probably will never cut up because the artwork is just
So cool
awesome.
looking. I so I know back in my day, I used to probably skateboard from like sixth to eighth grade. So this was many years ago, but they never really got a good rap back in my day. But it was always one of my
No,
favorite logos was World Industries. I loved the World Industries logos
I get that one.
with oh that one's sweet.
Yeah.
Was it Flame Boy and what
Oh no, I'm sorry. That's
trying
the
to think
one.
of the names, but World Industries was pretty popular back in the day. But again, a lot of people
back in
Yeah.
the see, I grew up when like that was the late 70s, early 80s is when I remember because I was playing hockey, playing golf.
yeah.
Also, my parents got divorced, so then we ended up moving to a different neighborhood. So I had a lot of free time. So the golf course was no more than like a mile down the road, and all the roads were paved or there was a bike path. So it was kind of hard to take a bike with your clubs. So skateboard. And
Skateboarding golf, yeah, that's
yeah,
makes perfect
so
sense.
I would skateboard to the golf course, play, and then most of the time I would take my board with me while I was playing because I just skate down the cart path
Oh,
because
the cart, yeah.
oh
I
yeah,
never really thought of that because some of the courses we play over here have like they're like dirt or they're not like cement, like some of
yeah,
the. But that's actually not a yeah, that's actually a pretty good idea.
yeah. Now the golf
Cool.
course is closed and I think they built houses on it. So
Um, so you said started right around 2020. Did you like what were you doing before that? Like, I mean, did you just kind of like, oh, I'm gonna just kind of create something and try something different and unique, and then
I do landscape for a business, so I'm usually either mowing or building patios and stuff like that. So
Mhm.
I had the garage and I had a couple of tools and I'm like, I gotta make something. And I actually had two old boards that hence the fact that's why this one doesn't have inlay in it. So I started cutting them up and testing them out, and the double prongs back in the day were the thing. Now it's the single prongs,
Oh, yeah.
and now the carbon fiber with the recycled bearing that spins. So
We were just talking about that. The
Yeah.
bearing look is so, I mean, all of your work is super phenomenal, but like the bear, like it's just like an added touch to it, It's
I
like,
just like the carbon fiber. I've never seen any that have carbon fiber.
yeah.
Yeah, I got a sheet of 3 millimeter carbon fiber. I glue the wood on, and then I drill it all out at once. And then the bearing, actually, I have to finish this one off. This is for a client. Um, and then the bearing I get from the skate shop too, because they're all recycled. So when the guys, get new bearings, they just drop it off and go from there. So,
That
and
was
I
going to
just
be one of
throw
my
them in.
questions. Is like, where do you get all these recycled boards? And that was like, you have probably an in with like a
Yeah,
local skate shop. I don't like you were talking
in with the
about.
local skate shop. I actually did get, there's a professional skater, Jack Friedel. I've actually made him two trophies for his big event. I think that's in July or August. They play at the New York Country Club. Um, and they got me to play last year. I even won.
Did
I
you
got
really?
closest. Yeah, I got closest to the pin, so I won a whole bunch of Yeti stuff.
Oh,
Almost
Oh,
like
cool.
sweet. That's
almost like
sick.
$800 worth of Yeti. I got a huge cooler, a bag cooler, like three different Yeti tumblers in sizes. I
Man,
was like,
you
okay.
cashed in pretty good there.
Yeah. Plus, I got paid for the trophy too.
Yeah,
So
right.
yeah.
Exactly. I mean,
So
oh,
hold on.
yeah,
I didn't realize how expensive skateboards have gotten.
yeah. I
Yeah.
was.
Because when I was skating, they were like you could get a deck for like 30 to 50 bucks.
Yeah. Back in the day, like I said, I grew up with Tony Hawk and Cab, um,
Good
Andy
old Steve.
McDonald. Yeah, all of them.
Bob
And I,
Burnquist.
if if I
Who's
had
the fur guy?
if I had
Who's the fur
half
guy?
the boards, yeah, the
Yeah.
values on those old boards that were even used are like in the thousands just because of the artwork.
Yeah. Was it like Toy
So,
Machine?
There's
yep.
Toy Machine
I have
was
a
a good
couple.
one.
well, and like
I have a
I'm on
couple.
Death Wish's website because they ended up being my favorite brand. It's 80 bucks for an Ellington deck, and I'm like, good lord,
My
Yeah,
brother-in-law bought me a deck, and actually I still have it. I haven't like put any trucks or anything on it, but it's
do you
just a
even
deck.
own trucks?
No, I don't. That's why I used to
oh,
have multiple. I said I used to skate quite a
I
bit.
get you. I have some Purple
well,
Yeah,
Thunder trucks.
yeah.
I
I've got
got
a
some
few.
independent trucks somewhere around here.
Yeah, I'm now big in, I mean, not I'm not now. I've been running quite a bit. And it's like it's just one more added component to like really injure myself.
Yeah,
And I'm like, I like more of the aesthetic look of the board
Mm-hmm.
itself, going back to the artwork. But
yeah.
when he was talking about pricing, do you ever remember that was is it the CCS magazine? Was that what it was called? The
Yes,
little
the
books,
catalog.
the little
Yeah.
catalogs. I used to love going through those, but the
Yeah,
prices were way
it's way.
they've
Oh,
changed drastically.
Yeah,
you could get, like, back in the day, you get a Powell Peralta, like a Tony Hawk board for like $40, and then just
Yep.
go spend like another 30 for trucks and wheels. You had a board for $70 and you
I
were having fun.
saw a Instagram reel, and it was them interviewing Tony Hawk because Tony Hawk kind of brought it mainstream, right? And he's like, "Yeah, I picked up this board for like 12 bucks." I'm like,
Where at a
I'm
garage
like,
sale?
you can't. No, it was like local
It
skate
was
shop.
just a
They're like, yeah, you get this complete
complete set.
set for
Yeah.
like 20 bucks. I'm like, you can't even get bearings for 20
No.
bucks.
No, bearings are like I think 18 to 20.
Yeah.
Um,
So,
yeah,
yeah,
the bearings I use in some of my the spinner tools and the ball markers, I get them from Dirty Bearings, and they're nice and black. Um, I'd love to try to figure out how to actually get um each little insert. I'd like to get figure out how to do an inlay and have like a Dex to divots, and
Mm.
then the dirty bearings on the other side, or uh
that'd be pretty cool.
yeah, that one's what, that was just Shoguns or whatever. So yeah, just some
I
different
have
colors.
vivid memories of breaking my ankle now.
Yeah.
That was a good time. Good time in my
Hits
life.
effect, hits effect. That's why I quit. I've had each one of my broken ankles, three reconstructive shoulder surgeries. So
So
yeah,
you were talking about pricing of the decks and all the
Yeah.
skateboarding. So my question was is golf is at a really it's growing at a rapid pace right now. Like where I don't really
yes.
follow skating right now as much as like I said, I used to skate, but I'm nowhere kind of near I'm not familiar with where it's at right now. Is it a growing sport? Has it been really taking off as well? I mean, do you get a lot of requests from both skating and golfers, or is it predominantly the golfers?
Skater wise, not so much in the golf realm of making stuff for them. I actually have a guy who I'm building an 8x11 frame for, and
Oh,
I
sweet.
already had it glued up, cut off. One of my buddies, his son is huge into skating, and I think he was like third 2 weeks ago at some comp. Um, but yeah, it's all over this place around here. There's like Doylestown has their own skate club or skate park. There's one in Quakertown, which is another 15 minutes the other way. There's a couple more up near Allentown. And then Woodward out in the middle of PA, the biggest
Hmm.
skate jam ever. I mean, I think he sent his kids both. The other one does not roller, scooter. So they both go out there for like a week during the
Oh,
summer, and yeah, it's pretty big around here.
that's really cool. And I mean, it's cool that you're able to like incorporate skateboarding into other sport or other things as well. You talk about the frame itself, like that's just kind of, I mean, realistically, you can kind of do almost anything. You got
Yeah,
the talent to do it, so it's pretty amazing.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I made quite a few ashtrays, cigar ashtrays.
Cool.
Yeah, so I made a couple with removable cups. So when you're done, just leave it in the metal, let the ashes burn down, and then empty it. So
I saw that, and actually what it reminded me of, so I'm kind of big into coffee, so I have my espresso machine, and they have like I don't know if you're big into the coffee
Do you
scene.
want a skateboard handle?
Well, that's actually would be really cool on
See,
my
I have the better
yeah,
ideas.
but the tamper where you push down the actually the coffee grounds. Otherwise, um like they have like where you hit you
yeah,
knock
you're
your
squishing
coffee
it down.
puck out. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
but that would be really cool to
There's a
uh
guy
mhm.
named
I've seen
Eric.
something similar to that, but not a skateboard. But this, yeah, like so, like
Yeah,
Dom kind of came up
the
with that idea. That'd be really cool. But mine was like this. I saw the cigar in the tray, so that's what made me think of. There's like an actual thing that you can set this inside of. It's like a
Oh
little,
yeah, the
you know,
handle's not that bad. I mean, I don't have a
yeah.
lathe, but I
That's
hand
interesting.
turn
Interesting.
everything. So
Just broke it.
No, just kidding.
no,
Wife
it
just bought me this
unscrews.
section. But yeah, you can see it's pretty straightforward. I mean, it just twists right off. So it's
It's funny.
Yeah,
She just
I
bought every
made
time about replacing it.
no, these are honestly like this is kind of like one of those things again. You get into like a hobby and it's like a collector. Like
Mhm.
people will have like 10 of these things. So it's just kind of
I can go put it back.
yeah, I made a
sorry.
couple
Thanks.
beer handles
Oh
for
yeah, like a beer tap
for
or
kegs.
whatever.
Yeah,
That's cool.
I made a couple square ones and then had it lasered. Actually, I don't even think I never posted about that. It was for one of my clients that actually I mow for and do landscaping for. And he's like, "Can
Sure.
you make me some?" So I was like, "Yeah." So
That's so cool. Um, so do you, I mean, what's your goal? You said you're like a landscaper, you're doing the other things. I mean, do you want to try to take this to do it like full time or like what's like your
oh
1 year goal or what's your 5 year goal for this?
well, I'll be 51 this year. My body's basically telling me I'm done with doing landscaping. So I mean, I've been doing it since I got out of the army, and that was since '97. So my body's pretty well done.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I would love to. Just I have my almost 14-year-old is going to be a freshman in high school. My other one graduated already, so yeah, can't live off the wife.
Yeah, that's got to be kind of
As
well. You,
as
you
much as
mentioned the service. We appreciate your service. It is a veteran-owned company as well, which is
yep,
stated in there. So we appreciate that. That's very cool. Um, so are you gonna put like do you plan on like launching a website and or where do you primarily sell your products?
I did have a website for like 3 years, and the traffic on that was just non-existent. I think I spent more on that than what I made on it for the 3 years. So I canceled that in January. Um, I might open up an Etsy or a Shopify, just have it linked to the Instagram.
Yeah,
But
sure.
usually everything I make, I post in a story. I put it on the post. It usually sells. I don't really have that much inventory anymore right now because I sold it all. So pretty happy about
Instagram's a
that.
pretty powerful tool, right? If you're able to like kind of, figure out how to like operate it, and which is pretty straightforward. I mean, it's a golf itself is a pretty tight knit community, and there's people that really like to find somebody that like an artist or somebody
Hmm.
that's really good at what they do, a craft, and they'll typically try to buy almost everything you have. Kind of
I'm
invest
just
in.
bad. I'm just bad about putting stories. I'm like when I get in the shop, my phone goes down, the radio goes on, or whatever podcast or whatever I'm listening to, and then I just start. And then I look at my watch later on when the wife goes, you coming to bed? I'm like, oh yeah, it's 12 o'clock at night. I guess I need to go to bed since I have to be up at 6. So,
Yeah, and the last thing
and
you
then
want
I'm
to do
just
is
like,
hop on your Instagram.
well, that or it's like, oh wait, let me put a camera up so I can videotape myself cutting something, and then spend another 10 minutes moving it to so then I can show that, oh, I'm sanding it now. Yeah, I'm pretty bad about that. I need to get my daughters out here to just sit there and videotape, but
Just
I
put
gotta
like one of those little, yeah, get like one of those what do you call it? Like a tripod or not a tri well, yeah, kind of like a stand. And then you could
Yeah,
even do one of those like reels where it's like
a
you
time
could
lapse.
yeah, time lapse exactly. So it'll be, you just cranking away at it and all of a sudden it's really only like a 30-second video
I
because of
know
time
Mark
lapse.
Mark from Kraken does that when he does
Yeah,
leather. And I
yeah.
sit there and I watch him sew leather and I'm like, I know what he's gonna do. And I still just sit there. I'm like, this is
entertaining.
Well,
amazing.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
yeah.
Van does that
Yeah.
Yeah.
with Van collections. So yeah, I don't know. It's just
But it's
I'm
just
in my
another thing to
mind.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the stuff that
So
Van does is we were talking about Van earlier. Like he's super
well,
talented as well.
or cousin clubs, early bird Shawn making the ball markers,
Mhm.
oh, Legend making the putters. There's so
Yep.
many. And I'm just glad that I have Nebula, Brandon, with his ball markers and Divots. So I'm just happy I know them all. We all speak. It's like we push each other to do more stuff, crazier stuff. So
Hey, speaking of crazy, have you had any like crazy or odd requests from somebody to make something?
uh yeah, I have to actually do this by next weekend. Somebody wants a middle finger.
Like how big? Like as like a divot
Uh
tool or something, or like what?
no, he said use my
Just
hand,
straight up.
just do the finger and cut it out and then put it on top of some zebra wood and yeah, because he
Oh,
wants to give it to
okay.
You
us.
know, he was talking about inlays and the ball markers, you
Yeah.
know.
Yep.
Obviously skateboards have very wide graphics, right? I was like, should I find one with boobs? We just have like a
uh
little inlay of boobs.
See, there's
can can you see the cat?
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a ball. That's going to be an inlay for one of my boys
r-
because he loves cats. So
That's so cool. That
oh
yeah,
yeah,
that would be
there's I have it was drying.
like it doesn't pop out as like sensitive content on Instagram because it's just blurred
No,
out.
no,
I don't know
no.
how to do that.
I I won't do that. But like, see the eye?
Oh yeah, that's really
Ooh.
cool.
That's gonna be so that'll be the inlay. So you get the eye
I
in it.
love it.
So and it's a red eye. So always watching you three putt.
For our like for our listeners and viewers, um, is there a like a process of like ordering it? Do typically you
Well,
have the deck
I
and
can help
yeah.
because I
I
I
didn't grab mine.
ordered.
Yes, and I didn't grab
Yeah,
mine.
you
I know,
asshole.
son of I have it here, mine. Yeah.
So what I did was I said, "Hey, I'm a big fan. How do I buy stuff?" And Sean's like, "Hey, what colors do you like?" I'm like, "I like purple."
Yeah.
That's
So you got
that's
That's
exactly
exactly
how it
what it was.
happened.
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah, you said the Minnesota Vikings colors or the Twins colors. I was like, got you. Everybody just if they just send me a DM if they have an idea. Colors is a big theme. If you want a certain color, just I have decks and colors, so I'm running low on black and yellow. But
But just can somebody like bring like say like, hey, I want to use this deck. Like I'll send it to you. Can you I mean, will you do that? Or normally
yeah,
you just kind of use your own, I'm assuming from the what you have
oh
in
no,
stock.
I've had quite a few. guys that literally will
Send
just,
their own.
send me decks. Hey, can you make me a tray so I can throw my keys and my wallet in it? Perfect.
That's
Done.
Oh, that'd be
that's
cool.
that's really cool. So like, let's say we did do that. What is like your turnaround time for something like that? If we mail it to you and you get it, like, was it a couple weeks?
Yeah, it's usually like 2 to 3 weeks,
2 to 3 weeks.
depending on my schedule. Usually if I get it in, I know what my schedule is because swim season for my youngest is starting next week. Um, so yeah, if it's a night, like I usually have my Thursday nights are it's me and the wife. We go to trivia every Thursday night with a bunch of our friends. So there's nothing going on in the shop on Thursdays unless it rains.
Sure.
Um,
Which is good. You need
but
to have
yeah,
that, right? Once a week. You got to have that
oh
just kind of
well,
power
if
down from.
well that and I got her into golf 3 years ago. So now she's like constantly, hey, can we go to the driving range tonight? I said, well, I got stuff to do in the shop. Oh, it's just for an hour.
Let's just hit
I'm
some
like,
balls.
okay.
Mm.
Yeah. And
That's
then that turns into more beer drinking. So it's like, oh,
yeah.
okay.
That is one thing my wife said. She's like, I just want to try it. I'm like, all right, we'll start with like Top Golf or like the driving range because that's the like
I
the
mean,
most
driving age would be cheaper than Top Golf.
it for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
During the week,
Trust me.
not as bad, but yeah, the weekend is crazy. It's somebody that was like, "Hey, we should go to Top Golf." We looked it up. It was like $140 for a bay on Saturday, like at prime time. I'm like, dude, that
Oh,
is
Just for like an hour.
an hour.
Yeah.
it
I'm like,
was
that's
it
insane.
was 200 on Mother's Day just for the bed. And then
For an
we ended
hour,
up
right?
eating dinner there. Yeah. No,
They
no,
don't
for
like
two.
moms.
Oh
Yeah.
no, they love moms. But then I'm a veteran and I was smart, or actually my wife was smart. She went and got um the gift cards
Yep.
from Costco. You get $100 gift card for $80. Boom.
There you go. Saving
You're
yourself money. See, that's
yep.
work smarter. That's awesome. But yeah, no, it is it's that's something that driving range is probably much cheaper to do, and or go to like a little par three or something like that, or like a little exact. That's kind of the way to go.
I wish we had some, well, other than my backyard par three, that's all we have.
Really,
There's no par threes around here. So
see, it's weird. Like I feel like in certain regions, like they've been popping up. Like talked to was it a couple different people where they're like starting to put in like uh 12 to 14 hole golf courses because like they're saying
yeah.
like nine's not enough, but like 18 is just like I don't want to spend 4.5 hours. That's a long day. So it's like 12 to
Oh,
14 is almost that. And I'm like, that actually makes a lot of sense. I would love to play 18 holes depending on the pace of play. But if you're like waiting constantly, like that's no good. But if that 12 to 14 seems like it'd be almost like the perfect amount of golf holes to play.
Oh God, you
see,
would
I
have
got it.
hated the round that Ryan and I played
That was
at
that
Como.
that was we did the same crap, man. We didn't even finish.
We had a group of 8 in front of us.
I
Not fun.
I have it made. So I play in a league on Saturday mornings. So we have the second through eight tee times. I'm usually the first or second one that goes off. Like this weekend, I think I'm teeing off at 6:08 in the morning.
Ooh, I love
I
that.
will be I will be home by 11 o'clock, and that's after I have a couple beers with the boys after everybody's done. And then on Sunday, I usually play with an older gentleman, Stan, who's a member at this one Fox Hollow golf course. Me and him literally have done 18 holes with the two of us in a cart in an hour and 35 minutes.
Dude, that's like the best kind of golf right
And
there. Because you're not
that
like racing, but you're just like if you're playing well and just constantly
it,
moving, like that's perfect.
it, we just play ready.
Yeah, ready to golf.
So like I'll drop him off at his ball or I'll walk. Here,
Yeah.
there's your ball. I'll walk up 50 yards or 100 yards. I'll go hit. Whenever you're done hitting yours, I'll hit mine.
Sean's had 3 to 4 beers before Dom Dom's even thinking about waking up.
Oh yeah, 6 a.m. Don't talk to me. Yeah.
But I mean,
Oh,
when you think about it though, like you said, you have kids, obviously you're married, so it's like you have almost normally on a Saturday you got plenty of other commitments, I'm
Did I
assuming. So
say I hate babies last week?
you've kind of mentioned it
oh.
Okay.
before. Yeah, he's
Because I noticed that in the group chat somebody wrote, "I hate babies," and then dot dot.
yeah, but that's to each his own. We have all of our. I prefer golf early in the morning. It's something that I get excited about too, because again,
Oh,
it's you get out there
Well,
early and you get done early.
uh-uh.
we've I credit my wife. She literally gets everything we need to get done during the week. like I'm out here in the shop, you know, God bless her. She's probably doing my laundry for work for tomorrow since it's been 3 days. So get it
Yeah.
done. But yeah, she like the weekend, she's like, it's ours. Let's go play golf. Let's go. We don't do anymore. Like our Friday night, if I get back and I have stuff to do, I'll get it done. And then it's like, okay, let's go do the Costco run. Or no, Amazon and Target free shipping is a lifesaver.
They kind of make it, yeah, make it too easy not to choose Target or do the Amazon Prime deal. We've done that a
Yeah.
few times. So
I
the
love Target.
Targets, it's fun to go every once in a while, but if you're like if you got like if you figure out what you want and you can get it ahead of time, you can get it next day or even the same day. It's
Oh,
just so convenient.
I think well, I know Amazon's here almost every other day, and most of the guys during the winter, because I'm off during the winter, so that's when I usually crank out from right after Christmas till usually middle of March. I'm in the shop every day, and that's even on weekends when it's too cold to go golfing. Or so we did find a new indoor simulator bay, Midway, in Doylestown. It's like not even 10 minutes away. And they have like the perfect setup. Four
I'm
bays.
gonna ask you about. There's one in Blaine. We'll talk about it after.
Okay.
I,
Yeah.
I drove by it and I was like, oh, that looks new.
Yeah. No, that'd be sweet. I feel like they're starting to pop up all over the place.
There's a Scramble House down near KOP, and then there's one in Harrisburg, but it's just too kind of too far to like
Yeah.
take a like 45 minute to an hour drive to
No fun at that
okay.
point.
Well,
Um,
at that point, I'd rather just go golfing.
exactly.
There's
We don't have that luxury here. I would much rather, what I like, maybe this year we have that luxury.
It's like a really mild winter.
Yeah, normally it's like, you drive 45 minutes, you're still in like 10 feet of snow.
Yeah.
oh, I play in the winter too. Like I'll go out like after the kids and the wife are gone to school. If it's over 30, I will go walk 18 holes at this
Oh,
course up the
we
street from me.
we can't.
Say if we could, that would be maybe I
Yeah.
would consider it,
Well,
but yeah, it's just
yeah, because
like
you guys
this
get
year's been a
tons of
crazy
snow.
weird year. Yeah. Do
Yeah,
you where you're at? Do you get a lot of snow?
I think this year we got the most snow because we hadn't had snow for 2 years.
Oh, so it came we
Like,
gave it to you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, you're welcome.
no, take it back.
Because we didn't get a lot this year.
I wish we got more.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think our total for this year was like out of 4 snowstorms, I think it was like 11 inches.
Oh, okay.
So,
What the
I
fuck?
That's
mean,
still not very. Yeah,
That's like that's like a normal
I was
like
gonna say,
Tuesday.
yeah, that's still not very much.
What the hell?
But we did have like,
There's one day a couple years ago where we had a 3-day blizzard.
yeah,
yeah, but you guys are built for that. You guys have the manpower to get the
it's
road
true.
clear.
I mean,
Like,
Yeah, I mean,
city wise and all that.
people
Yes.
act like we don't.
No, that's true. Yeah, that is very,
but
very
you
true.
guys, if like the school, oh, I think we're getting 2 inches of snow. Oh, we're just gonna close for tomorrow.
Cancel
What?
it.
And
Yeah.
then school's closed and we got like half an inch. And okay, kids, get back on your computers and just do like a virtual day. But no,
No.
I think the kids had because it always snowed on the weekends or on a Friday night into Saturday. So I was like, all right, I got to go snowplow. You guys sit at home.
On your
So,
on your iPad or whatever.
oh yeah, watch
Um,
Netflix.
yeah. Uh, so there was one I was looking at it. I'm like, oh shoot, there was one question I now want to forget. Oh yeah, what has been like your most memorable or your most favorite item that you've made so far?
I think it was actually the trophy I did for Jack's. I did. I think I'd seen my post. But it was walnut, and then I took the design of the flower shop, which is in New York City, which is a bar, because they were sponsoring it too, and then it was another company, and I took his the Walker Foundation, which is in Australia. So I took the Walker bird, I took the flower shop rose, and I inlaid pieces of board and glued it up to make it, you'd actually see the flower and then you'd actually see the board. I stuck them on brass, put that in, and then had enough something else on it too. That was probably the most intricate one I've done. Um,
I was literally gonna follow up and say what was the most difficult one to make, but it sounds like that was probably the
no,
answer. No?
that actually wasn't that bad.
Oh, okay.
Because I got the printouts and I made them big enough that I could actually, cut out the pieces easily and then lay them on, and that was fun. The most difficult piece, probably the putter stand that I still haven't shipped. Sorry, Steve. Um, yeah, that was challenging. But the next putter stand that's coming, hopefully within the next 2 weeks, that one's even. Now that I already have a template basically on the legs, this one's
Pretty
easy.
straightforward, pretty easy.
Yeah. And plus the knowledge that I've learned over the last 3 years of woodworking, because I mean, I didn't know anything about woodworking. I was just playing around. But following enough woodworkers and then getting help from a couple friends that actually have drum sanders and stuff like that, it's made life easy. I can't
I'd imagine, like
complain.
you said, you just kind of like the process. You just learn as you go. You're like, oh, I'm not gonna do that again, but I'm gonna do it this way. Next time.
Oh, I still do it, no matter
Yeah.
what. I mean, I
Yeah.
I almost lost half my thumb just on the belt sander because I went this way and then it kicked it back. So yeah, I think it went down almost to the
Bone.
muscle. No, not the
No.
bone, but the muscle. But
Yeah.
that was
I took
pretty
4
painful.
years of wood shop, and my first year I was like,
That'd be a little difficult.
and I'm surprised, and everyone else is surprised. I have all my
You still have
fingers
them
been
all.
cut. My favorite tool. I love the jointer.
Hmm.
I don't know why.
Yeah. I to this day, I still have one of my buddy's planers. I
Mhm.
still refuse to use it. I don't know. I feel like it's gonna kick back and mess up a piece.
Yep.
So no,
Love those.
take it, take it to the drum sander. Just notch it down as you go. Boom, done.
What did you make there? I said I made. I mean, like, what was like your biggest project? Because I made a
Oh,
couple.
so my last year, the woodshop teacher, at this point he didn't like me. Um,
You're just ready to mess up.
at one point during class he told me to shut the hell up. The
Really?
dude behind me was talking. Wasn't even
Yeah.
me. No, I'm like
He couldn't see because you had the hair.
well at this point because I was still on crutches, I was so far behind that it's like I'm trying to listen, and the dude behind me kept talking. He goes, Dominic, shut the hell up. I'm like, I'm not even talking. So from then on, it was like a vendetta. So my last year, he's like, hey, everybody makes your blueprint. You're gonna build it based on your blueprint. And it's my senior year. I'm like, this is stupid. I'm not gonna,
Dude,
I'm
you're
not
not
gonna
playing.
try. So it took me all semester, but I made a 3-tiered shelf.
Oh, that's cool.
But it's all tapered. So as you go up, it gets skinnier, and then each individual shelf is tapered back.
Gotcha.
So like it looks really cool. And then the entertainment stand in my room I made.
Okay. Yeah, I did a kind of a cool nightstand. I did the typical cutting board where you put all different types of woods together. That would
Yeah,
Mm,
turn out really cool. And then I did a cool
I
like
made a
clock.
cutting. I made a cutting board out of. I think it was after all said and done because it was colorful. I
Yeah.
think I used close to 60 different boards,
Jeez,
strips,
so wow.
and
That's
then
sweet.
glued them all up. And yeah, my boy Dennis. And then Dennis, after I made it, it was too big. So he was like, can you cut it in half? I'm like, okay. So I cut it in half
I
and
got two.
he he ended up giving one half to his friend and they use it like cutting up vegetables and stuff. So I'm like, perfect.
That's really
I
cool.
think a wooden spoon to cook with would be really cool for
That
all the different colors.
that would be really cool too.
It just the handle. I don't think the hard maple would actually it probably I mean, yeah, I don't think it would work very well. But
Itself, it still
uh
would be pretty.
Fine, take my dream.
Yes.
no, I can do the handle part and make it like because I mean I had spaghetti tonight, so we used a wooden one with the sauce, but I would think that the may kind of warp after all the heat.
Sure. Um, are there any other like recycled materials or products that you're interested in exploring, like for future projects, not just like skateboards, but something else? Have you thought about it?
Recycle.
Airplanes would be cool.
I want to try something with like pieces of like bike tubes or um just like the spindle or the spokes on an old bike rim.
Sure.
That would be pretty
Could
cool. I
donate
just
yours.
don't.
Yeah, I could
I
donate
just
that
You
one
could
for
donate
sure.
yours. Get rid of
Put it on the
it.
I just
ramp or on
I
the
just don't
balcony.
think unless it's a big piece. I mean, nah, I did the whole like the skateboard bearings, the skateboards itself. Um, and then I have Joe making me the metal for the inlays. Um, I have Jim from Buckeye Bag Tags doing all my lasering. Um, no, I don't see anything like, but
I mean, you
I
can
mean,
like you said, you
maybe
can do so many things with the decks and the I mean to the bearings and
so.
everything. That's really cool looking.
So picture persimmon head on a driver. Now put that in an inlay, like with the screws. See, you have a persimmon head kind of ball marker. I know Tyson Lamb made one,
Yeah.
but he used paint and other stuff. I'm using real wood.
Um, he showed me earlier the because I like to collect the pencils from each golf course or golf club that I go to.
Oh yeah, I showed him a little pencil
That
holder.
that yeah, I really
uh,
liked it. And
I'm waiting the guy who actually makes the holders itself.
mhm.
He was on back order, but yeah, I have quite a few more of them coming out. There's gonna be so can you see the ferrule?
Oh yeah, that's sweet.
Yeah, it's on
That
my
makes
way.
my custom ones look like shit.
Well,
Pretty
Patrick,
cool.
I made Patrick BB&F. I made him a display. He said he's gonna get it up when he gets better pictures, but he sent me a couple pictures. Says, dude, it's in, and he put all of the Tyson Lamb collaboration with the BBF. I was like, dude, I would love to, make you a BBF with the skateboards. He's like, I'm all about it. And I used his display is flat. It was a 10 by 10 walnut, and then the outer edge, it came out to be 12 by 12 square. And I think I put like almost 18 rows in it for him to just to put all of his ball markers in. But
That's
yeah,
super
I have a
cool.
couple more displays, the tier top one, so you can see them all. Those are in the works. The pencils, see, I don't, I know you can make a pencil, but to make it like the size of a T, and then I'd have to drill out the center just to put it'd be kind of weird. I know some guys make them.
That would be
Oh yeah,
sick.
yeah. We were thinking more pencil, like the pencil holder for like all the different ones we collected, but I wasn't thinking like actual
Oh, I'm always
physical
thinking of
pencils.
crazy stuff like that.
That's really
I know, I
cool.
was telling Derek, so my just like you, my dad is a veteran. He was in the Navy. Um, and he collects challenge coins now. That's like his
Yeah,
thing. I was thinking like his birthday's in August. Sometimes he listens to these, sometimes he doesn't.
Like he's a pretty good reporter.
Yeah, I
does he
don't think he
want
ever listens though.
Yeah.
does he
So I
want
was
like a red,
thinking
white, and blue? You
maybe I don't,
did
or I
did
just wanted
did you
one big enough for him to put all of his challenge coins on, and
challenge
then the
coins in?
future coins. Yeah.
Yeah, because give me let me know how many coins he has and
Mm.
actually how big they are. Because I actually have a couple challenge coins. I think they're inside the house. But they're bigger than the 1/4, regular ball
Yeah.
marker size. I think they're almost like 2 inches on some of the big ones.
That's his are
Um,
like that. Yeah,
Oh,
they're
cool.
yeah,
probably like that.
yeah, I have a couple from the Pentagon because my dad worked for the Pentagon, my mom worked for NASA.
No, that's cool.
Um, so yeah, I grew up in DC, so it was you got challenge coins just for
Yeah.
showing up. If you didn't have it when you showed up at a bar, you were doing push-ups. Oh,
Yeah, my dad was in the Navy. I like saying that he served on the big boats. But then he gets mad at me and goes, "No, it's a ship." I'm like, "No,
Yeah, it's a ship.
it's a boat." No, it is a ship. And now he does stuff for the local sheriff department where he's like a special deputy. So he doesn't have a gun, but he's got a taser, which is still pretty cool. So he's
Uh-huh.
got a bunch of like Navy coins and he's got a bunch of like sheriff coins and
Yeah.
he enjoys collecting them. And I'm like, I don't understand it, but it's also, not always for me to understand.
Yeah.
It's like how we collect ball markers.
That's what I'm putting together. This is
So
his thing.
Mm,
this is his golf kind of theme with, but non-golf related.
Mhm.
sure.
So yeah, I mean,
Sweet.
I've played with a couple guys that actually use their challenge coins as a ball marker, and I'm like, okay, I got to go over
Hopefully I don't have
that.
to.
Can you go like two to the
Like the ball
left,
marker.
Yeah.
please?
Hopefully I don't have to go over that thing because.
Yeah. Um, no, I actually am in the works of actually building a wall display. Um, that will actually have like if you're looking at the skateboard, but do it sideways.
Mhm.
Um, that'll actually have tiers up. That you can actually just put them in side by side. I wish I sold them all, so I don't even have any displays.
Yeah, maybe after all the shindig stuff, I'll count how many coins he has, and then we can kind of discuss that. And
Yeah, yeah, because if it's what it's in August, right?
July.
July.
I could. Oh, okay, so
Oh, I'm sorry, my dad's birthday
color.
is in
Yeah.
August.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
whenever you get like whatever colors he likes, like I have a red, white, and blue board that
Mm,
I basically use for all my military friends, and I think I still have like two of them that I haven't even undone the grip tape or
mhm.
so they're still good. Um, yeah, because then I think the last one I did was walnut. Um, but we could do like a lighter color, um, which would actually pop the color, the red, white, and the blue out.
Mhm.
Um, and then his markers would stand out even like if there's any dark challenge coins, they'll pop a little bit more.
Mhm.
So yeah,
I'll have to
that's
find
pretty.
a time when he's not at his desk and like see
And
which ones he
sneakily
has.
look at it.
Yeah,
It'll be
because
kind
he's
of
got
surprise.
two different separate like stands because he buys them to fit and then he doesn't like future proof himself. So it's like half they're full already. And he's got
Yeah,
them like on his desk.
some guys don't like the like my 4 tier ones that I build are about 4.5 inches thick, but about 12 inches wide. So like if you have a big desk, it looks small on it. But then I have a
Mm,
guy who actually wanted like I think it was like a 12-inch tier, and I think I did 6 tiers on that. Um, that was fun, challenging though,
I bet.
yeah.
getting all those measurements right.
Do you ever get anyone when you talk about the pens or pencil holder? I was thinking of I've seen some like metal putter covers, So like have you ever considered doing like a display where you have actually like the
I
actual
did, I did a stand-up one.
okay. Yeah.
It was actually just a piece of walnut, and then I think it was 8 different skateboard spindles that he would put it on,
That's
and
what it
that
was, a
was his
spindle. I was drawing a blank on what I was trying to say.
yeah, the
Yeah.
spindles. But now, since you're covering up the skateboard, now the wall piece should be all skateboard, and the
Mm.
spindles should be just like whatever I can get at Home Depot or whatever. Because you're
Yeah,
never gonna
something
see them.
right, exactly. Yeah, unless you like
So
obviously kept some of it empty just because you're still collecting. But yeah, once you filled it, it obviously kind of defeats the purpose.
yeah, and the guy who has the putting stand that is still under my desk, he wanted me to make him a wall one, and I still haven't figured like because he wanted me to actually use like a skateboard, like just a board art at an angle, and then drill the holes for the spindles so he could actually look at the board art but still see his putters.
That's pretty cool. So
So
you're trying to figure that out.
yeah, it's got to be what do you say, 20 inches wide and by 15 inches high. So it goes on a wall above
Yeah.
one of his shelves.
Oh, and we have
So
those
yeah,
putters made out of walnut.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a Canadian-based company. They're it's like a walnut putter, yeah, and it has like a gold metal plate basically on there, so you can.
yeah.
It's kind of
That,
cool
so
looking.
this putter, I'm waiting on some copper, and I will
Oh,
put copper on the bottom of this, and then I'll end up taking some more weight off because I think this is at 355 now, but with the two
opera it up.
millimeter copper, I'll have to take some off. Then I'll drill the hole for the neck, and then put a shaft on it. Though I actually
That'll
thought
look
about
really cool.
actually thought of actually just putting this kind of a shaft without the
Oh
neck,
yeah.
and then just putting that in. But I'm not a putter maker, so I don't know where I need to drill the hole for it. So, but
Plenty of people on Instagram that you could reach out to that could, you know what
oh,
I
Yeah.
mean?
I have one. The guy's name's Tyler Lowry. He actually
Yeah. I
lives
was
no
about
more
to
than like
recommend Tyler. Yep. Yeah. We've had him on.
Yeah,
We talked with him.
Tyler. Tyler made this awesome putter. I made
that-
the design with the skateboards, and then I sent it to him, and they
yeah.
inlaid it.
And
And
that's so cool
this
looking.
is so my gamer. I told him, I said, you better just hold off because I'm gonna send you some inlays for the wife so we can make her one.
That's a cool
I
thing
was
about the
about to
Instagram.
recommend Tyler. That's crazy.
Yeah, the Instagram
Oh,
community is it's so cool, man. There's so many awesome people out there that are, like you said, they're in the same industry, but they still want to see people succeed. You know, there's space for everyone.
yeah, like Van, I'm sending Van a box because my wife's an Eagles fan. I'm a Cowboys fan,
Oh,
but
that's got to be an
yeah.
interesting.
Oh, only when we play each other, I'm usually in the other room.
So like twice a year.
Uh,
Yeah,
yeah, twice a year but it is what it is. My Cowboys suck, so
Yeah. I
sorry,
mean, both
James.
teams kind of suck.
oh, I have, yeah, one of my coworkers is
Uh,
a hard Eagles fan, and that's literally it's all he talks about. I mean, it's like 24/7.
well, if Kelsey didn't retire this year, I'm pretty sure the Eagles, no, they have a good backup center.
Yep. Yeah,
He just got hired by ESPN.
I heard that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's
Sunday
awesome.
Night Football.
Yeah.
Good for him.
We will see him. Speaking of Kelsey and well, both Kelseys, I made them both a ball marker.
Oh, did
Um,
you?
so yeah, so my boy at Buckeyes makes the medallion, and then like this one is actually Jake Elliott's.
Oh yeah.
See
I've
the
seen him
number
before.
4?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna redo it and make it even brighter so the 4 pops out. But yeah, it's like
That is really cool.
there's the colors, and
Yep,
then on the back is mine. So
that's sweet. What do you, you know, you said this is kind of just like a side hobby, right? But you've done a really amazing job. But what is like, if somebody was wanting to get in this space, what's one piece of advice you'd give? I typically ask our guests this almost on every episode. I love listening to everyone's answer because most of them are the same, but you do find some really unique ones, and I'm just kind of curious
one is
what you request or suggest.
one is patience. It literally you'll get shot down left and right, and it's just okay, whatever. I'm just gonna keep going. Two, you got to have some kind of support from your family and from some of your friends to like without James, I wouldn't be doing this. I wouldn't even be talking to you. I would have been okay, yeah. I'll find another hobby. I'll go do something else. Um, but yeah, patience, support, and then I do a lot of donating. Like I'm still working on donating for this one kid who broke his grandfather's old driver. One of the guys is actually going to be
Odd that.
meet me this weekend who got the driver fixed. I got another driver in from another, I can't remember his name, and I hope he doesn't see this. Then I have Doug from D Love Clubs who's making him the rest of the set. Um, I think I've gotten close to about $220 in donations. We're gonna buy him a new bag, and then get him a putter because I actually have a couple of putters here, and I've been in contact with his dad, so yeah, donating, just word of mouth. Um, yeah, I'll send people stuff for free. Like, here, try it out. If you like it, just put it in your stories.
Yeah.
Um, and if you want another one, you're paying for it.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I mean, you put a lot of time and effort in it. I mean, I've seen.
I should have asked for free ones then.
God,
No, I
you're
don't.
get you're getting stuff for the tournament, or
I know.
you both are getting something that actually I already showed it to you. So yeah, yeah.
You
Yeah,
did.
No, you
just
Oh
you
support.
you're
yeah, that.
support
Sorry.
Yeah.
you're supporting me, so I have to support back.
Yeah. No, that's what it's all about. Like you said, the donating thing. I mean, there's it's something that kind of comes from the heart, you know. It's something that it means a lot to you, but it's kind of paying it forward a little bit. And so we kind of built this page up. I mean, there's obviously a lot of meme stuff and funny stuff, but I also try we like to support all the companies and
Funny
people that
enough,
we
that's
work
why
with.
we can't use yours for any PGA related
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah, that is kind of yeah, I know. So we plan that we've been invited twice down to the 3M Open to play like in the media, but like I can't use
Nope.
the
So
fake
because
bar.
to get media credentials, you have to submit like your account and everything.
Mhm.
So I
Oh,
was doing all that, and Derek's account immediately got flagged.
It's so annoying. I get
So
flagged on stupid posts on it's like, dude, I'm giving you credit.
so
I'm not even
now the best part is they're like, hey, Dominic and your staff. So Derek works for me
Yeah.
according to the PGA.
Yeah.
So to get media credentials, you have to use the podcast page.
like if we go to a yeah, like me and my wife go to a different golf course. We try to go to a different golf course at least every weekend. Um, I'll take some stickers and a couple divot tools, and I'll just leave a tee, or I'll put it in a bag and I'll leave it on the front of the green. Like
Mhm.
That's so cool.
whoever gets it, just you know, use it, or follow me or whatever. Just I leave business cards everywhere. Like half my clients that I actually do landscaping for, they're like, I'm one today. He's like, dude, I have a tournament coming up at the end of August. Can you make some swag bag stuff? I'm like, yep, got it.
Mhm.
He goes, no, no, I'm paying for it, but can you do it? I'm like, yeah, got you. So
That's awesome. Well, no, like I said, keep up the great work, man. It's a really cool and very unique, but I think you're onto something for sure.
And like, I was kind of kidding. Like, I have no issue paying for anything. The workmanship that went into those ball markers is crazy. Like I felt it and I was like, oh, these have some weight to it. And I'm like, oh, they're smooth. So I showed it to my dad. My dad was like, how in the world? I'm like, yeah, they're skateboards. Like it's just to me, I'm like, this is like the coolest thing ever, right?
Yeah.
I it's, and I like colors, whereas my wife likes black and white, and I see colors. So looking at a board, it's like when you glue something up and it comes out looking like this,
Yeah.
and it's not painted, it's not, it just feels good.
It
And
is.
you,
Yeah.
you throw you throw that on a green, and people are like, "Ooh,
Yeah.
where'd
What
all
is
those
that?
colors come from?"
It's a great
So,
conversation starter for sure.
They're also
yeah,
heavy enough to where I don't lose it.
Yeah.
Because like if I don't have it, I'm like, oh, something's missing.
Right.
I'll have to make you
Um,
guys some spinner ones.
It's
They're
just
like
me,
fidget.
my
there,
ADD
They're
would
little
be
just
fidget spinner. Yeah, that would be
yeah, the
sweet.
my
little
ADD would be
fidgets.
going nuts.
Yeah.
I'd be sitting in the golf cart just spinning it.
I I have a client who actually bought two of them, and he'll sit because he works from home. He'll sit while on meetings and just sit there and do that. And then they're like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "It's my fidget spinner." Well, we want one of those. I'm like, so I ended up making a whole bunch, sending them out.
So word of
It's
mouth,
just
man.
something.
That's yeah, that's awesome. We don't want to take too much of your time. We do some rapid fire questions pretty much in every episode. So I just have a few questions for you. Kind of switched it up because I was retyping everything. But what is your favorite skateboard logo or brand? You could
Oh, Mike McGill, the snake and the skull, hands
yeah.
down. I had probably about 10 of those boards.
Go
I
ahead.
love Alien Workshop back in
Alien
the day.
Workshop. That was awesome.
Uh, I
Lee
just cut
House.
up two. I just cut up a couple alien
Forgot about Alienware Shop.
That was my first board ever. It was red and silver, and it had the big
Hero
alien on it.
Yeah.
Anti-Hero.
Mm-hmm.
That guy actually lives in Jersey. I met him before I got into this. I did fly fishing.
Mm-hmm.
And he did a lot of artwork with trout and stuff like that. So I got to meet him a couple years ago,
Oh, that's
and
cool.
he's like, yeah, I still make the artwork for the board. So I'm like, perfect.
I love
So
the
That's sweet.
old Mike Vallely logos. And then the old owl logo. Was it an elephant?
yeah,
Yeah,
elephant.
that one is super cool too.
I think the other logo that isn't on a board, but when you take the trucks off, is the independent logo.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
independent. Yep. Yep.
So in between the truck holes, I can't use. So
I
all my independent ones are going to be inlays on ball markers.
I have
And
one
it's
of their Herschel collab duffel bags, and you unzip it, and the inside is just the independent logo plastered
yeah,
everywhere.
yeah,
That's super
kind of
cool.
reminds me of the old German uh what the
Yep,
marksmanship.
yep.
Actually, it reminds me of my own marksmanship badge we had to wear on our blues. I hate those.
What is your favorite golf logo? Could be a or like a country club, a brand,
Other than
other
yours.
than yours. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, actually mine's probably gonna get changed soon. Uh I like it's between the cradle and
That's at Pinehurst, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
and the damn it. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with the cradle for right now
Right.
because I can't remember the actual name of the golf course. And it's no more than like 45 minutes from my house.
Um, I'll let you ask this one because I know you always like the Instagram account.
Yeah, so what's your favorite Instagram account? It doesn't have to be golf related, doesn't have to be
Skateboard
skateboard
related.
related, just has to be like one you always like.
One that I'm always on.
So like my
I
favorite one is kids getting hurt.
no, yeah, because
Love it.
you don't like babies.
Yeah.
No,
Uh,
they're not babies. They're like old enough to like walk and talk, so they're old enough to know better.
I I don't even have one. I just
No,
it's like Van or like
sure.
it's the people I interact with the most. That's what my feed basically is. My
Yeah,
wife sends me 5,000 TikToks a week or Instagram reels on how to fix her swing. So yeah, I just say my friends because
sure.
that's how we talk.
What do you think is harder? Shooting even par on 9 holes or landing a kickflip?
Kickflip's easier. Uh,
Think landing a kick, or what about a heel flip?
okay, I'd say the heel flip, at least
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah, I could never really get that
Now that
down.
I no, I
I'm
got
I've also
yeah, I
never
used
shot
to do
par on a course. Actually, once I have shot par and it was on an executive course many years ago. But I've shot in the
oh
70s plenty of times. I've shot in 70s. I think
Shooting par on an executive course is like getting a hole in one on a simulator.
no, because a lot of people
uh
can't shoot par on on an exec. I mean, a lot
I
of people
shot a
can, but I'm
I
not.
shot
I
a
guess
I shot a 76 last Saturday with
that's a
no
really good score.
birdies.
Well, that's. I mean, it's
Yeah,
a
but
clean
with no
scorecard
birdies.
though. Yeah, I
I
mean,
thought
that's
he was
kind
gonna
of wild.
say on a 9 hole course.
Like this weekend is our double points for our league. So everybody was like, "Oh, well, at least you
Look,
saved all the birdies for this week." So I'm like,
exactly.
okay, whatever.
Yeah. Um, Down, you can ask us on the first tee one there.
So what would your walk-up song be?
Oh, smoke weed every day.
Oh, yeah,
And I don't even
that's
smoke
pretty.
weed.
Yeah, but it's funny because some people are like, "Oh, dang, I got to think of that." And you had that
Yeah,
like
some people
you
are like,
do.
Oh,
man, I don't even know.
Yeah,
no, this is how I taught my wife how to swing a golf club. It's the 4 beats: smoke weed every, and then when you hit day, that's when you're hitting the golf ball. It slows your backswing down so much. Try it. I'm dead serious. It's
Interesting.
everybody
Just
wants to
dropping
like
some knowledge
swing
on
really
us right there.
everybody wants to swing really fast because
Yeah.
that's, oh, take it back fast, and then no, smoke weed and then thrust your hips during every day or every, and then boom, day you're
Day
hitting the
right as you
ball.
blast it. I'm gonna try that next time we're out.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
do
do
it.
it, but it's gonna shank.
Don't
Like,
sing
yeah,
it
that
out. Well,
didn't that
actually,
didn't work. Yeah, smoke
take
weed.
take
Yeah.
take
Straight
video
away.
of it.
Yeah. PGA Championship is this week. Who do you think will win? Or who would you like to see win?
I'd love to see Tiger win, but
Yeah,
that's not happening.
no,
Um,
definitely not.
Scheffler just had a baby, so took the week off.
But now he's got that new dad strength.
Yeah, I know,
And now there's a lot of
but
memes and a lot of talk about Rory because he's just filed for divorce. So now they're like, he's
Did
gonna
you
be like,
see
oh,
what I put in the group chat?
uh-uh.
I shared
uh,
it and I said he wins 2 events and thinks he's a god. And then Greg and everybody else blew up at me.
Which is,
well, he's always thought he's a god.
I know.
so like a whole
I
other level.
um, he's not even like the top 10 greatest golfers. He's not even in that. For
He was
me, I
supposed to
mean,
be, right? I mean, he was supposed to be. He was supposed to
well,
be the next greatest thing.
I mean, there's a lot of players that were supposed to be
That's
the
true.
next big
That's
thing.
true.
Like look at Anthony Kim.
He's making a comeback.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
like he was like the like next
Prodigy.
big
Yeah.
thing, right? The next big protege, the prodigy.
Yeah.
And then just like 10 years later, here we are.
if he could ever get his game back, actually both of them, if they could ever get their game back, I'd go with Spieth or Fowler.
I
Like,
love Fowler and Speed too.
I'm a
Like,
big speed guy.
yeah, Speed's he's
Justin,
been down a lot of injuries
yeah. Well, that and kids,
and that
that kind
too.
I'm
of
convinced
that.
it's his shoes. Have you held a pair of his
They're
like
freaking
professional golf?
heavy as
They're
crap.
heavy.
Yeah.
Well, they make them with regular spikes, like the old
Yeah.
school spikes,
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's old school.
which was supposedly banned by the PGA years ago, but
Not for Jordan Spieth.
well, not for
I'm
Tiger.
not. Yeah,
Like
there was a
like
lot.
all the so it's like it's kind of funny that they come out with like the because I don't wear spikes. I don't wear all I wear is like the Pumas or the Adidas code, whatever they're called, the codes.
Oh yeah, the Code
Uh,
Chaos.
yeah, I like the spikeless, just regular. And most of the time, if it's during the summer, I wear flip flops.
Do
I'll
you?
play golf. Yeah, I play golf barefoot. If there's no
That is fun
dew,
actually. Barefoot's legit.
and then when I go and play on a Saturday morning at 5 o'clock in the morning and teeing off, they're like, okay, he's not wearing shoes. We're in.
Yeah. How much are we playing for?
Yeah, it's usually that.
Two more questions. Last one will be food related, and Dom can ask that however you'd like to. But talking about skateboarding, what do you think is the greatest skateboarding video game of all time?
Oh, Tony Hawk,
Right. Okay. Yep. So my follow-up question was who was your favorite skater that you would choose playing the game?
Cab.
Steve Caballero.
Yeah, I took Bob Burnquist,
It
is who
it
I.
it's either Cab or Lanny McDonald.
Oh yeah, McDonald. I
Because
forgot about him.
because
See, I was trying
Lanny
to remember.
Lanny
It was.
Lanny had like the half pipe power ups.
Mhm.
I know Tony had it, but like if you were second to play
Yeah,
yeah, and
you
it
know,
was a half pipe, yeah, yeah, Lanny done because
it
somehow
was.
he could still do the 980 or the 1060. It's like okay, I could kind of match Tony Hawk a little bit, but yeah,
Forgot about. Yeah,
Was
forgot.
Rodney Mullen in that game?
yes, I think later, I think he was
He
in the
was two or
I
three or
love
something.
I want to
Rodney
I
say
don't think
Mullen.
he was on the original Pro Skate.
no,
Pro Skater.
no, I
Yeah,
think it
no.
was 2 or 3.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Loved Rodney Mullen.
Those are such, but dude, Pro Skater 1, the regular one, and then 2 is those are my two favorite.
You know,
Those-
they remastered them for the PlayStation.
I heard, yeah, I haven't played them since,
Oh,
but that'd be
No,
fun.
but if
Bring
I'm
back
playing
the
the PlayStation,
nostalgia for sure.
if I'm playing PlayStation, I'm probably playing Gran Turismo.
mm.
Sure.
I got to a
That's
part in that game where I can no longer have fun, so I gave up.
Like, no, it's supposed to be fun.
All my
Now it's
buddies are
not.
like, Tom, you got to get on. I'm like, no, can't get past the rally and the dirt. I quit.
You're done.
Oh, I can't stand the rallies or the dirt. No, just give me a street course. I'm good.
Yeah, I hate it.
Yeah, Down, you can take it away. We always ask a food related question.
So
So
if wherever in your neck of the woods, out in Pennsylvania, which I don't think I'll ever go to Pennsylvania. Oh no, that's a lie. I got to go to the
No,
Pirates.
you.
Where?
I'm not that far from Philly.
Well, I don't. Oh, I guess the Phillies too. Yeah. Shit. Cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to Pennsylvania eventually. Um, where are we gonna go eat?
Ah. Uh, okay, here's your two options. Do you want Italian or do you want like American style food?
both.
Because I got both.
Lay both on
Yeah.
us.
Uh, Bacco's, which is in Doylestown. It's this small little Italian restaurant. They have some of the greatest pizzas. I'm not doing cheesesteaks because that's I love
I know.
cheesesteaks, but no, I'm Italian, so they make some great pizzas, margarita pizza. They actually have this um mac and cheese with peas and bacon in it.
Ooh, I love peas. That's a
Ha-
kind of a
ha-
sneaky pick for me. So that sounds
hands
good.
so you get the crunch from both the peas and the bacon, and then you get the cheese and the noodles. Oh, it's just awesome. I could eat the whole
I
thing by
was
That
myself.
sounds
I
amazing.
was sold at mac and cheese.
Same, yeah.
Like
I love mac and cheese and pizza too. I mean, both of them are
I just like cheese.
But
okay. What's the other place?
it's called the Perk, and
The
I'm there
Perk?
every Thursday night, and they have some of the greatest food. Like between the nachos, the cheesesteaks, yeah, the chicken dinners, the
They have good burgers.
burgers. Yeah,
There we go.
yeah. They have this thing called a carousel burger. It's got frizzled onions, bacon, whatever cheese you want. Um, yeah. And the ranch dressing, if I'm still trying after what, 10 years. This guy needs to bottle it. It would blow Hidden Valley away. Like it is
Really?
the greatest ranch ever.
Do you have any do you have some like cool breweries or any like nice IPA beers out there?
Gross.
Yeah, there's
Who would ask for
I'm
an
not an
IPA?
Yeah.
You
I'm not an
weirdo.
IPA drinker, but if we end up going to one, I always take my cooler with my own beer. There's Free Will, which is right
Wait, you
down the
go to
street.
the restaurant with your own beer?
Yeah, yeah, because
Hell
they
yeah.
yeah.
That's
There's
kind of
there's a
wild.
whole bunch of restaurants around here at BYOB.
Really?
Yeah, so I'll break out the Yeti and fill it up with 15 beers and go.
I mean, that's the cheap way to go, though, right? I mean, instead of spending $6 to $10 for one beer, you're saving yourself a lot of money.
Well, yeah, that's the IPA. See, like at the Perk,
Yeah.
we get like a pitcher, like a big pitcher,
Yep.
and it's like $10 for a
Oh
pitcher of
yeah.
beer,
Can't beat that.
and that's like almost 4.5 beers.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, you got Free Will. There's a whole bunch of microbreweries that have popped up over the last 2 years around here, but Free Will is probably the biggest one that we have.
Drink it right out of the pitcher. Just
Yeah, I'll take
Uh,
one picture
yeah.
for myself,
I
please.
I've done that, or put some straws in it. Put a couple
Oh, geez.
straws.
Yeah, a couple straws. Yeah.
I don't even need a straw. Just pick it up and go.
You say, hey, we're only gonna have one glass tonight. Okay, it's cool.
Yeah.
Get that
Yeah.
pitcher glass
Yeah.
up.
That pitcher. Yep.
Well,
I
Sean,
need
man,
a
it's
good
been a
buzz.
right. It's been a pleasure, man, meeting you and talking to you. Keep up the great work, and we're excited for our event. You're one of our sponsors. You're helping us out. We really appreciate it, and we can't wait to help
I
you
need
out
some
as well.
swag.
Oh yeah, we'll
Ma-
take care of you.
Make, make sure I get a
I'll
sweatshirt.
I'll order you something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
just
let
let me
us
know the
know.
size or
Yeah, let
color
us
that you
know what
want. We'll
size.
get you
Yeah.
squared away.
They do run a little bit small, so I always go up a size in mine.
I haven't
Okay.
placed my order yet, so let me know. I'll get you one.
Okay. No, it was a pleasure, guys. I love doing these.
Well, I'm
Talking
glad
to
you enjoyed
people
it. Yeah,
about
we enjoyed
I
it
mean, we
very
get
much.
golf and we didn't even talk about hockey.
I know it's golf and things, and it's normally golf and food.
Okay, we don't need to talk about
Yeah,
hockey.
our wild team has been a disaster. We're the state of hockey,
Yeah,
and
I know.
that's
Well,
kind of
how do you feel about Parisi playing with the Avs?
the Avs. I know it's kind of weird.
He's in.
He's in Colorado.
Oh, really?
He's in
Yeah, I know.
Colorado.
Yeah.
Shows how much we care.
And then we have there's Casey Middlestat that's in Colorado too. He's a local native.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
I was upset because you guys had the North Stars. That's who I grew up with.
The
Like
North Stars. Okay. Yeah.
Dino Cicerelli with the North Stars, and then the Caps got him. Um, and then they moved to Dallas. It's like, what? How do you?
And now they're playing really well. Well, they
Yeah.
have. Yeah.
Well, they're beating
But
the Avs, so
we'll save that for a later episode.
we'll do that again later.
Absolutely, man. Thanks again, man. Nice to meet you. Appreciate it.
Hey, it was nice meeting you guys. You guys have a good night,
You too.
and
We'll talk
we'll
soon.
do this again.
Absolutely, man. Take care.
All right, thanks, guys.
Yep. Thanks.